as we continue watching this, I'm like retracting my thoughts, because if they were on this side, the rotation would have been completely off. That would make sense, because then I love the arbitrary just arm movements. I'm pretty sure it was intentional, but yeah, it's very graceful and very pretty. It almost feels like a tree is growing and he's walking through his garden, and he's like having this pick of like, ooh, I like yo peaches, come dance with me, you look tasty, yum. Nice. Oof, the way that drop, because everything here is like has felt very like flowy and graceful. The body roll, yep, with the look, nothing too hard yet. Then ba da 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 da, boom ba ba ba. Oof, that's smooth. That's an interesting formation. It's a 1-2-2. And then just transition into the little V formation right there. 5, 6, 7, 8. I love this simple. That's so subtle, but it's so good. Like the change in the shape. It's like boom. I don't know, man. Because you know the popular thing I liked growing up with. A lot of people liked when I was growing up was like crazy musicality, and I think it still gets props, but I think there's so much to be said about with simple movements, because it's so effective. Ooh, da 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 da. Zoom in, enhance, head, elbow, thread, hip, grab the hand, chest. That's nice. That's hella precise. Precise and nice. God, the gracefulness of that. Very intentional hands. Spin. I think the spin feels a little confusing because everyone's spinning at such different different directions. But nonetheless, it's just setting up for the next thing. Set. 6, 7, 8. Da 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 da. Boom. This is an interesting formation. I mean, he's center because he has to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm saying it's interesting because it's they're splitting these two, because they're not. I can understand if it's like if it's a group, but since he's the main star, he can be just. They can shift this guy over here and this guy over here. So because right now it looks like this. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And you can see the kind of asymmetry kind of happening here. Well, this equally works as well. See that? So that's what I'm finding intriguing, is again with the asymmetry. Oh, actually, let's see what happens. What does this set up? It doesn't set up anything. But it just intrigues me again, like how just the asymmetrical formations, right? Okay, yeah, I just found that intriguing. I always find it intriguing because I know I can hear my coach and my captains growing up and all the other things like, nah, it's not even. We gotta add one more. We gotta fill that spot. Da da da, boom, da da. Woo! That footwork right there. Da 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 doom. I love that, man. The heel pull. Is that a kick? Oof, the musicality is so on point. Oh, makes sense now. It sets this up. Well, it still would have worked, but again, I guess it depends. I mean, I'm not the one who set that up, but now I see what's happening, because now they have this transition. But I think it still could have worked either way if this person was right here. Let's see. Okay, I see what they're doing. Okay, that makes sense because the whole partner interaction. If this guy was actually on this side, okay. So see, as we continue watching this, I'm like retracting my thoughts, because if they were on this side, the rotation would have been completely off. That would make sense, because then see how this, yeah, they would have had to do the opposite rotation, and that would have been more work for the dancers. I take back what I said. Duh. That's a hella cute moment. Man, they traveled for that. Nice little, I love that, because they're like right here, taking up all that space, and then they split it up. Boom. And I like that it's all white because it feels like very uniform, and like it almost feels like it's almost like an unraveling or a wrapping. Now we have this kind of moment here. Oof, my god, the musicality on that's so good. The 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, the flick, boom, dip, fly around, hug yourself, well, wrap around yourself, flick. God, I want to hug whoever choreographed this. This choreography looks so good on it, man. 7, 8, ba 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 da 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 da. Oof, I can't get over that. God, I love this cannon right here, man. Oh my god, again. We went from this like super smooth and to very like precise really quick, man. Like ba da, then da 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 da. Oh, and they're still shifting their feet. That is tricky, because that's like really like this, because you're shifting your feet and you're doing crazy arm directions at the same time. 1 and 2. Whoa! God damn! Beautiful ripple. Wait a second. What? I was wondering why this felt so. They're really trying to show everyone, right? Is someone behind them? No. Again, this is another. I guess. Oh no, just kidding. Just couldn't see here. There's someone here. I thought this was another asymmetrical formation. Just kidding. But there's a dancer right here somewhere. Burning up the floor. In this case, it might be. Here's one of the things that's interesting is with formations. Sometimes the formation looks good on camera, but looks terrible live on stage. And then sometimes it looks good on stage, looks terrible on camera. Sometimes for at least for me, when I'm filming, we adjust the formations for camera so that way everyone can be seen. So that means, so for example, this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm guessing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then say for on stage it looks good like this, but sometimes in camera some people might get blocked, like because a really good diagonal like this right here means sometimes they get blocked by the camera because that's essentially correct. This just means the diagonal's a little wider. If I shift the camera, then she'd be blocked at 2. So sometimes to correct that, we would have to move the dancer out more to go for a wider kind of diagonal. Hope that's making sense. So, because that's what makes diagonals a little tricky, because what kind of diagonal do you want? Do you want this diagonal, or you want like a more, oh, why is it like snapping right now? You want that kind of diagonal, or you want a like really wide diagonal? So that's what makes diagonals a little tricky. And it shows right here, a wider diagonal versus like a more in-depth diagonal where they're kind of covered. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that, because I thought this was just another asymmetrical formation. Beautiful. Man, she had to travel. Oh, she is from the back. Look, she had to travel from here to all the way to the front. You can tell like how big the steps are. You know, she's dancing, still trying to maintain character, but you can tell that she had to travel compared to how she's probably like second or third in the line. Man, props to her, man. Ooh, what? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. God, the musicality for this is so fucking good, man. God, I love, again, this, like the use of the floor is fantastic, man. Because it's nice pickups right here. Da da da, pick up, da 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 da, go 5 6 da 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 da. So I get it. Woo. That's how I pick my peaches too, man. Wait, how do they get to that circle? Oh, okay. So they had. So there we go. So they have a 3-4-2. Boom. Transition. The two girls go up, and now we have a circle. There we go. Seamless. That was nice. Another seamless transition to this formation, man. Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. I mean, everything I needed to say, I said. I think one of the things that I'm learning is that the asymmetrical formations are always leading up to something, and it's like it's genius because of like the old competitive like scene in me. I'm like, as far as I know, we didn't really do that, or at least when I was doing it. So for me, I'm like, and for me, if anyone's ever taken a class from me, I don't like uneven rooms. So like I like balance. So like when I see asymmetrical formations, I'm like, but it has to lead to something, and it does, and it always does. So yeah, again, huge fan of the juxtaposition of the very staccato movements, very precise, and then switching into the flow. It shows a lot of his versatility in the dancing, and I love great use of the floor. And yeah, that's it. I mean, there's a million things you can do to always add more to it, but it's always like the thing is, especially with choreography or being an artist, it's not just like what you create in the process, it's what do you take away to either simplify it or to, to refine it, because it's not always adding more. Dope. Next is performance. All right, so that's it. If you guys want more, click on all the things here. If you want to watch more content, reaction videos, and DKB. And if you want early access, become a patron. And if you want a request, become a patron. That's the only way I'm doing requests. And I'll see you guys in the next one.